Good morning, students. How are you? I hope you all are fine. Okay, in previous chapters, previous topics, we have studied about the kingdom Monera, kingdom Protista. Now, we will study the kingdom Fungi of the five kingdom classification. Here, we will divide the fungi into two videos. In first video, we will discuss about the general features, mode of nutrition, mode of reproduction, and types of the fungi. In the next video, we will discuss about the different classes of the fungi, like the Phycomycetes, Ascomycetes, Basidiomycetes, and Deuteromycetes. Now, before delaying, we want to give the characteristic features of the fungi. Fungi. The first character is these are the achlorophyllous. Achlorophyllous means lack of chlorophyll. They have the lack of chlorophyll. So they don't have the ability to do photosynthesis. So we talk about the nutrition. They are the heterotrophic nutrition, especially the saprophytic or sometimes the parasitic. The second main character, these are the non-vascular. What is the meaning of non-vascular? They have the lack of xylem and phloem, the conducting tissues. The third, these are the thallophytes. What stands for the thallophytes? It means they have the lack of root, stem, and leaves. It means body is not divided into the root, stem, and leaves. So these are called the thallophytes. Body is thalloid. Nowadays, more than 70,000 species of the fungi has been discovered. The study of the fungi is called the mycology. That's why fungi is also referred as the mycota. The word mycology or mycota, myco for mycota and logy for study. The word mycology is derived from the word mycelium. We are discussing about the mycelium, but now we are talking about the father of mycology. If we talk about the globally, the father of mycology is the P. Antonio Miceli. He discussed more than 900 fungi in his book, that was the Nova Genera Plantarum. This is the book name of the P. Antonio Miceli, in which he has discussed about the more than 900 species of the fungi. If we talk about the father of mycology in India, this is the E. J. Butler. E. J. Butler. He is also known as the father of plant pathology in India. Okay, fine. Now, we are discussing the general features of the fungi. Actually, fungi is the having the thalloid body, and these are formed by the thread-like cylindrical structures that are called the hyphae. Group of hyphae is called the mycelium. A single thread-like structure is called the hyphae, and group of hyphae is called the mycelium. We can see here the diagram. Suppose this is a structure. It is called the hyphae. If these hyphae having the different branches, these are called the mycelium. All these are called the mycelium. If the mycelium or the hyphae having the septum like this, septum is wall, or the in Hindi it is called the darwaja, pat. So when there is a septum are present in the hyphae, they are called the septate. They are called the septate. When there is no septum present in the hyphae, these are the nucleus, and each having the nucleus. The nucleus may be uninucleate or multinucleate. But if there will be no septum, the condition is called the aseptate, or it is also called the syncytium. The condition is called the aseptate, or it is also called the syncytium condition. Now, there are the pores between the septum in the hyphae. These pores are two types. One is the common pore. One is the common pore. It means suppose here okay, suppose this is a hyphae and there is a septum. This is the nucleus. If the pores are small, suppose when we zoom, this is called the common pore. But if the pore is like something like that, it means there is the swelling in between the portion, in the middle portion. It is called the dolly pore. It helps in the transportation of the materials from one thread to the another thread. Is it clear? So I am again repeating. If the thread have the septum will be called the, or hyphae will called the septate, and this septum have the either single nucleus, then it is called the uninucleate. If they have the two nucleus, this is called the two nucleate or binucleate. If the hyphae have no septum, these are called the aseptate. In such a condition, there are the many kind of nucleus in the body. It is called the aseptate and syncytium condition. Like something like this. So here you can see many nucleus because there will be no septum. Is it clear? Fine. Normally in mycelium, the hyphae are present separately. But sometimes these mycelium can be modified into the different structures like the prosenchyma, pseudoparenchyma, sclerosium, rhizomorphs. Actually, the pseudoparenchyma and prosenchyma, these are considered as the placenkyma, in which the hyphae are wrapped with each other and forms the pad-like thick walled tissues. I'm again repeating. In the placenkyma form of the mycelium, the threads or hyphae wrapped with each other and they forms the thick walled pad-like structures. These can be two types. The one is the prosenchyma, and second one is the pseudoparenchyma. Actually, what happened in this? When the hyphae are joined completely, then they forms the pseudoparenchyma. It means the parenchyma-like structure. But when the hyphae are not completely joined, they form the prosenchyma. You can see here in the diagram A, the hyphae are present one over one. They are not jointly linked. So such type of the tissues are called the prosenchyma. But in second case, in B, you can see that the hyphae are jointly or closely attached with each other. In third case, sclerosium. यहाँ पर होता क्या है, जो हाइफीज होते हैं वो कुछ उलझे रहते हैं और बीच बीच में कुछ एक जैसे राउंड शेप स्ट्रक्चर को, जो पैड लाइक स्ट्रक्चर या कुशन लाइक स्ट्रक्चर होता है, ऐसे स्ट्रक्चर को बनाते हैं. दीज आर द स्पंजी सेल्स. These form the sponge-like structure. Such type of cells are called the sclerosium. The D, that is the rhizomorphs. It looks like something the root-like structure. Actually, here the hyphae are wrapped with each other and they forms the root-like structure. Such type of the modification of the mycelium is called the rhizomorphs. So we can see here these prosenchyma, pseudoparenchyma, sclerosium, rhizomorphs are the modification of the mycelium. Now, We'll talk about the nutrition, mode of the nutrition in the fungi. As we have talked about earlier, the fungi are the heterotrophic in nature, and in heterotrophic especially the saprophytic and also the parasitic. So on the basis of nutrition we can classify the nutrition in the fungi. These are the four types of nutrition. They are the four types of nutrition. Listen, one is the obligate parasite. Obligate means complete. In Hindi it is called the Purna Parijeevi. The second one is the facultative parasites. Facultative, optional. Vikalpi. It means here what happens when it is in case of facultative parasites. We should write down it here. Okay. The first is the obligate parasite. Obligate parasite means it only lives on the host body. Only lives on the host body. After the death of the host body, it can't survive anymore. The best example is the Puccinia. The second one is the facultative parasite. Facultative parasite. As I have already told you, facultative means optional. The option is parasite or host body because it mostly lives on the dead and decay body of the organism. But in a special condition, it can live on the body of the living host. Please listen carefully. What happens in facultative mode of parasitic nutrition? The fungus depend on the dead and decay body generally, but in special cases it depend on the live host for their nutrition. The example is the fusarium. The third one is the saprophyte. What saprophyte? Obligate saprophytic. Obligate saprophyte. What happened in this? Obligate means पूर्ण मृतोपजीवी. It means it will only take its nutrition on the dead and decay body. It never live on the live body. It never lives on the live body. It only take its nutrition from the dead and decay body, like the agaricus, mushroom. The last one is the nutrition is the facultative saprophyte. Facultative saprophyte or saprophytic. here विकल्पी परजीवी, it means mostly they lives on the host body, on the living, it means they mostly lives on the living host body, mostly, but in certain cases they can be saprophytic. It means on the certain cases they can take their nutrition from the dead and decay part of the organism. The example is the Tephryna. The fungi intake their food with the Hastourium. Hastourium, it is a many branch structure and it can be live as a ectoparasite or endoparasite in the body on the basis of presence inside the body or outside of the body. It may be defined as the intercellular or intracellular. This is the not related to your syllabus, so I will not discuss here more, but it is sufficient what I have told you. It is a sufficient data for your level. Okay, now we have studied about the general features and also the mode of nutrition. Now we will talk about the reproduction, mode of reproduction. A fungi possess the vegetative reproduction, asexual reproduction and sexual reproduction in case of adverse condition. If we talk about the vegetative reproduction, it may be by the fragmentation, budding, fission or the opioid form. What occurs in this? We can see in the diagram here. The diagram A. This is the bud formation. There is a outer growth that is called the bud. It arises over the body and in favorable condition these bud detached with the body and they resize it at as a whole individual. Such type of reproduction is called the by budding. It is commonly found in the yeast. Now in case of bee, you can see here the bee is the it is the fission. What happens in this fission? In bee there is a single nucleus. The first division takes place by the karyokinesis. After the division of nucleus, one nucleus divided into the two, then there will be septum forms between the cell, and after the formation of septum each cell will divide and each cell have the capability to form its own hyphae, its own mycelium. Is it clear? Now in the third we can see here bioidium. In certain cases there is a thin walled formation occurs that calls the oidia from the hyphae. When this oidia detached with the parent body. It germinates and forms a new fungal body. Generally, these are the unicellulars. The third one is the here D. It is the chlamydospore. The difference between the oidium and chlamydospore, oidium is the thin walled body, but here chlamydal, both are nearly same, but chlamydospores are the thick walled spores, and during unfavorable condition this forms the mycelium, and after the germination this forms the new hyphae. You can see here the terminal after rupturing of the or detached with the parent body, each chlamydospore will germinate and forms a new hyphae. Now, the last one is the fragmentation. Here you can see that they are the group of the hyphae, and the few fragments of the hyphae detached with the parent body, and each fragment have the capability to generate new individual, new organism. Such type of vegetative reproduction is called the fragmentation. Okay. Now, the second mode of the reproduction is the asexual reproduction. Here, actually, asexual reproduction takes place by the sporangiosperms or zoospores, or by the conidia. What happens? Zoospores are formed into the zoosporangium. These are the pear-like structure having the nucleus that can be the uniflagellate, or sometimes it may be the biflagellate in case of Syncytium. When these zoospores germinate, they form the new individual. I'm again repeating, zoospores are the motile spores. Zoospores are the motile spore. Why? Because they have the flagella. They can be single flagella or uniflagellate, two flagella, biflagellate, and having the pear-shaped nucleus. After getting the favorable condition, these zoospores germinating into the new individual. The best example is the Saprolegnia. The second one is the biaplanospore. What is the aplonospore? Aplonospore is the non-motile spores. Actually, it mostly forms in the Rhizopus and Mucor, where the tip of the sporangium swollen, and this forms the aplanospores. And when these aplanospores detach with the parent body or from the sporangium, it forms a new hyphae. Such type of reproduction is called the asexual mode of reproduction by the aplanospores. The third one is the biconidia. You have seen in the penicillium. These are the non-motile and exogenous spores. Exogenous spores means something like okay. Actually, suppose this is a parent body. Here the different structures are formed, something like that. These are called the conidia. These are something like that, round shape structure. When this conidia will detach with the parent body, each conidia have the ability to form a complete hyphae. Is it clear? Now, we are talking about the sexual mode of reproduction in the fungi. Here, the sexual reproduction, the fusion of gametes takes place. And during the sexual reproduction, there are the three phases. That one is the plasmogamy, in which the fusion of protoplasm takes place between the two motile or non-motile gametes. The first step of the sexual reproduction is the fusion of protoplasm. After this, karyogamy, then the fusion of two nuclei, and the formation of zygote takes place. After the karyogamy, the formation of spore. It means here the zygote will divide, that will form the haploid spores. Here the main important topic is the dikaryophase that occurs in the most of the, especially the Ascomycetes families classes and the Basidiomycetes classes of the fungi. That is the dikaryophase. Dikaryo, it means the di means two, karyo means carry on. Actually, this is the condition in case of karyogamy. When the plasmogamy takes place, after the plasmogamy, the two carry-on condition is found. We can see if there will be the place, we will try to, okay, first we'll have to okay, here is no option. You can see here, suppose plasmogamy has been takes place, and this is the cell. Here is the two nucleus, one nucleus and two nucleus. दिस इज द इंटरवेनिंग स्पेस. इसको मैं हिंदी में आपको समझाऊं. जब कैरियोगेमी की कंडीशन स्टार्ट होती है तो एक सेल में दो न्यूक्लियस कुछ देर के लिए फ्यूजन नहीं करते और ये कुछ दिन के लिए, कुछ घंटे के लिए ये कंडीशन बनी रहती है. इस कंडीशन को कहते हैं डाइकैरियन और डाइकैरियोफेज. डाइकैरियन, दो कैरियन, अब ये मिक्सअप नहीं हुआ न्यूक्लियस का. और ये मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट इवेंट है एस्कोमाइसिटीज और बेसिडियोमाइसिटीज क्लास के फंजाइज में। दिस इज द कंडीशन ऑफ n plus n condition. This is the condition of n plus n condition. One nucleus plus second nucleus. After that, karyogamy takes place, in which the nucleus will be fused with each other. Now the condition will be changed into the 2n, and it is called the zygote. After the zygote formation, division takes place, that causes the formation of haploid gamete. So this is the most important event in the Ascomycetes and Basidiomycetes family classes. Now here there's the many phases occurs in the fungi during the sexual reproduction. That can be, we can see here in the diagram. Here, planogametic copulation. What is the planogametic copulation? Here the fusion of planogamete takes place. That can be three types: isogamous, anisogamous, and oogamous. So here we can see, in case of A, planogametic copulation. Here this is the case of isogamous. Here the shape, size of the gametes, of the both gametes, are same. So these are called the isogamous. In case of B, you can see here in the B, this is the anisogamous type, where the fusing gametes are the different functionally and structurally. Here the male gametes are relatively shorter than the female gamete, and male gamete is more active. I'm again repeating, in case of anisogamous, the male gametes are shorter than the female gamete and more active than the female gamete. The best example is the Allomyces. In third case, in diagram C, you can see here, these are the oogamous type. Here the one, especially the male gamete, are the motile and female gamete is the non-motile. When male and female gamete fuses, they forms the zygote. Example is the Monoblypharis. Now in the second case, here we can see gametangial contact. What gametangial contact? What happened in this? Here no gamete are motile. Here no gametes are motile. Here the gametangium of the male and female degraded and fuses along with the protoplasm and the nucleus. Here the gametangium or comes in contact with each other, and the male gamete directly transfer from the antheridium to the oogonium. We can see here the male gamete directly transfer into the female, and the example of such type of reproduction is the cystopus. Now, in case of third, gametangial copulation, here the word is contact, but here the word is the copulation. What happened in this? Here the whole part of the gametangium fuses with each other. You can see here. Here the both part, male and female, are fuses with each other, especially the gametangial part, and they becomes into the new one. The example is the Rhizopus and Mucor. Now, in case of spermatization, especially spermatization occurs in the Ascomycetes and Basidiomycetes classes. Here, the different small non-motile uninucleate spores are formed, that is called the spermacia. You can see here the spermacia. I'm again repeating, these are the different or many numbers non-motile uninucleate spore-like structures are formed, that is called the spermacia. These are the male gametes. By the different mediums like the insect, air or water, they reach to the receptive hyphae or the female receptive hyphae, where there is the receptive pores are formed, in which the spermacium enters into the receptive hyphae and fuses the nucleus. Such type of reproduction takes place in the Puccinia. Puccinia एक फंजाई है जो गेहूं में रस्ट फैलाता है. इसका पूरा नाम है Puccinia graminis. Next and last of the sexual reproduction and last of the today's video is the somatogamy. Somatogamy, it is also called the pseudomixis. Pseudo means false. This process also occurs in the Ascomycetes and Basidiomycetes family. Here, the sexual organs are not clearly differentiated. Here, only the fusion of nucleus of the two different cells mixes with each other and they forms the zygote. That's why it is called the somatogamy, because here the sex organs are not differentiated. Only the nucleus of the somatic cells fuses with each other and they forms the zygote. So here in this chapter we have studied about the general features of the fungi, types of the fungi, nutrition in the fungi and sexual reproduction in the fungi. Now in the next video we will discuss about the 4 classes of the fungi. Thank you class.